Hello and welcome to another episode of the Energy Connects podcast with me, Chiranjit Singh Gupta. We are 2 months into a conflict that has fundamentally rewritten the rules of energy security. With the Strait of Hormuz, which is a corridor for 25% of the world's seaborne oil, becoming a systemic stress point, the industry is no longer just fighting for barrels, but it's also fighting for data. Today, we explore why energy security is evolving from a physical challenge of pipelines and tankers into a digital challenge about system intelligence. In this age of disruption, AI is no longer an optional efficiency tool, it is the foundational layer of global stability. And as the Middle East conflict has shown, disruption is evolving from physical to cyber-physical. Energy infrastructure is now a contested domain where digital intrusion, misinformation, and automated attacks intersect with kinetic risks. To understand the scale, we have to look at the power demand. AI-driven data centers are set to consume nearly 3% of global electricity by 2030. This creates a paradox. AI needs massive energy to function, yet it is the only tool capable of managing the complexity of a disrupted grid. In September, I spoke with Secretary Doug Burgum, the US Secretary of the Interior and the Chair of the US National Energy Dominance Council, about this very intersection. He frames it not just as a business challenge, but as a global AI arms race.
The race to win the AI arms race is really a race to see who can add the most electricity. Because again, we are not energy transitioning. This is about energy addition. And for the US to do that, we've got to have all forms that are reliable for it. That includes nuclear. Geothermal means clean coal. It means natural gas. It means hydroelectric, all sources to help us with the AI arms race. One thing the world needs to understand is AI is a general purpose technology. If there is an AI factory in your town or in your state that's producing intelligence, that intelligence could be utilized by every company, whether it's a university, a biotech company, people curing cancer, people that are doing research, or are just driving productivity and advanced manufacturing. So how do we get the barriers out of the way? How do we get more electricity produced? How do we make sure that the federal government is helping and not hindering companies?
As Secretary Burgum points out, the geopatriation of energy and compute power is now a strategic technology hedge against volatility. But how does this look on the ground? In an environment where energy infrastructure faces both kinetic risks and cyber-physical intrusions, real-time response is everything. Saravan Penubarthi, the Chief Technology Officer of AIQ, spoke with me recently to discuss how they are moving beyond simple automation to a truly digital intelligence in the Middle East.
So AI products is not just about how fast you deliver the use case to the customer, it's also about with the right accuracy and also making sure that these AI products are actually giving the return on investment. This is something what we have built in the last 5 years and proven successfully with our UAE customers. Now, when we go to any new customer landscape, the journey to accelerate that ROI tremendously comes down to less than 6 months. So which means that you put the investment on the table with the AI products and you can see the results coming in much faster rather than doing it from the scratch.
As Saravan analyzes, predictive models that can optimize production and enhance the resilience of existing assets are critical today. As we see in the latest ADIPEC Energy and Geopolitics series report, AI can reduce outage durations by 30 to 50% by identifying anomalies in milliseconds. But we must also address the physical side of the AI energy nexus. Especially in a conflict zone, sending humans to inspect high-risk energy infrastructure is often impossible. This is where physical AI and robotics become the shield for global energy assets. I spoke to Jake Loosararian, the CEO of Gecko Robotics, about redefining asset intelligence, and here's what he said.
It's about getting information and data using robots, putting them in dangerous environments opposed to humans, to be able to get the data sets that drive AI to be able to actually help extend the useful life of the assets, actually be able to predict when a failure might happen and stop that catastrophic failure, as well as make the assets perform way more efficiently from having health data and the process data to fuse and allow for optimizations that AI is able to do to arm us with better decisions about how to run the equipment. So when we talk about the judging of AI, we should judge it by not just how much energy it consumes, but how much energy it creates. And that's exactly the premise and the pragmatic approach that we're taking with Gecko.
As we look at the road ahead, 2 months since the beginning of the Middle East conflict, the takeaway is clear. Energy security and the AI revolution are now interdependent. Energy security is no longer just about what's on the ground, it's about how we process the world around us. Thanks for joining us for this episode of the Energy Connects podcast. And you can go to energyconnects.com for comprehensive coverage on the Middle East conflict. Don't forget to follow us on social media and subscribe to our newsletter for regular updates from the world of energy. A big thank you to our amazing production team working behind the scenes to bring these episodes to life for you. Thank you, and I'll see you soon on the next episode of the Energy Connects podcast.